Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius June 3, 2022. The moon spends today in your solar 12th house, stirring a desire to tuck yourself away or take a break from the usual. Extra time carved out for rest and reflection will do you much good at this point in the lunar cycle. This is in preparation for the transit of the moon in Leo when you begin a new, fresh cycle. Right now, you're in better shape for contemplation and processing. Today's transits are nevertheless inspiring, and you can feel quite enthusiastic, particularly about your longer-term plans. At the same time, there is strong energy for making commitments in, or to, a relationship now as Saturn and Vesta align in your partnership sector. The Sun, your celestial ruler, is approaching its exact sextile to go-getter Mars via your intimate 8th house of mergers, shared resources, sexual chemistry, and soulmate connections. Have you been inhibited with your lover? The intimacy of your relationship or lack thereof is being brought to the forefront under today's astro weather, which is, in turn, presenting you with an opportunity to work on your connection and, more importantly, express your passions. Keep in mind that with the moon glimmering through Leo, your 12th house of inhibitions, closure, and forgiveness, you're also being encouraged to surrender and leave the past where it belongs. Where could your dreams lead to? Consider who you are connected to and what you aspire to accomplish in your career when Venus in Aries sextiles Mercury in Gemini today. Talk to your work friends today about where you want to take your career. As you talk about your aspirations, an exciting opportunity could come up in conversation. Someone in your professional network may have a lead for you to follow that could whisk you away to a new destination, workshop, or mentorship. Get excited for the potential commitments that could come your way through conversation. Before leaving an intuitive and imaginative part of your chart today, the moon will form a friendly aspect to both Jupiter and Neptune, the planets of luck and money in your financial sector, as it has done with every other visit so far this year. This is something that can fuel your financial confidence, instincts and imagination, and just days before Jupiter is due to leave, the timing couldn't be better. You are in a state of siege in your own home and in your family circle. People are criticizing you constantly and you feel you're doing everything wrong. Take time to reflect before retorting, because they could actually be right on some points. If you react in a sober way, your family will regain their trust in you very quickly. You have your mind on your bank account right now, and it might be a good or bad day depending on your balance. Don't panic if you're low. A positive change is coming your way soon. You find the idea of meeting new people difficult, not really something you want to contemplate. If this is actually how you feel, then far better to wait a while and reflect on what you really want to achieve. When this is done, the idea of dating has a realistic purpose with much higher chances for success. The present astral configuration gives you a day of really great communicating abilities. It's time to show those you love how much you love them and tell those whom you don't feel so great with that it's time you both moved on. This is a wonderful transit for win-win communication. Also, it's a great time to check in with your body during a workout and see if you can increase the levels you are currently working at. Family is sure to take top place for you today. This is a day, and nothing is more rewarding than spending time at home or with these special people. Regardless of how hectic things are, try to make some time for this. While friendships are extremely important to you, family is where your roots are. You can gain a much greater understanding of who you are and where you come from each time you share in this area. 2 days before Saturn is due to turn retrograde, Mercury ends his own short retrograde phase today. This is releasing one set of brakes while preparing to put another set of brakes on, but in the right places. Mercury's direct turn today will release the brakes on the job front, something that will give work and job matters the green light. Yet slowing ahead of his retrograde turn in an adventurous part of your chart over the weekend, Saturn is slowing things down as he prepares to open the doors to the past and second chances. While it has been 2 days since the moon left your relationship sector, the momentum from the new moon this had created continues to give your relationships some real momentum. At a time when Mars and Jupiter have joined forces to give the spirit of romance a boost, on both fronts, there is a chance to look to the future with confidence. Our eyes in the sky. Venus and Mars are aligned in Aquarius, giving us a chance to understand the way we partner and express our innermost sentiments to others. This connection offers us the romantic world if we choose to take it. Rather than make a major declaration of love, the Aquarius energy makes us take a step back and understand our feelings at a deeper level. Perspective is everything here, so you'd better be clear about what you feel when you feel it, because the next few weeks are going to be all-encompassing when it comes to romance. These two planets share a minor aspect with expansive Jupiter, which might accelerate all possibilities and make us feel as though the world is ours to conquer. Slow your roll before making any moves. You don't have to win a race. Love is about building connections and knowing the person on a soul level. Also, Mercury and the nodes of destiny square off, which can give you a push to spread your wings and fly, but only if you are on the right track and prepared to do so. You'll have warm feelings for the people you keep close, and you can enhance your connections today. You'll be feeling sociable, and communication will be very open. Being this in touch with how you feel while also being able to convey it exactly the way you like is a blessing. However, this comes with the countering energy of the Moon-Neptune square, making things seem slightly less real. Misperception is very likely at this time, so be careful not to react too seriously to anything, and be aware that you might be more sensitive than usual. The best thing would be to put your energy into creative outlets or some other method of escaping reality. You're sure to at least be resourceful enough to come up with some problem-solving ideas. Time limitations could give you a reality check, but you could be too motivated by possible success to think much about it. At midnight, the moon enters Cancer, ending its void of course which began last night. Over the next 2 days, the moon transits the sign of its exaltation, amplifying feelings of peace, harmony, and accord. Engage in activities that stimulate your senses and allow you to commune with nature. At this time, comfort takes primacy, which means we may be more stubborn or sluggish in our movements as we linger in each moment, stopping often to smell the roses. Shortly after the moon enters Cancer, it squares Mars and Venus, stimulating our desire complexes in potentially frustrating ways. The heart wants what the heart wants, and it might now seem that what our heart wants has been denied to us. Perhaps this is a matter of unrequited feelings. Perhaps our needs have failed to be met. Perhaps we are simply uncomfortable airing romantic or gushy sentiments. We would love for things to be simple, but the extent of a circumstance's complexity makes for moodiness. We may also act a bit desperate, convinced that hearts can be changed if we simply dig in our heels and refuse to acknowledge another's interest or lack thereof. We must determine whether we are potentially hurting ourselves in our unwillingness to accept anything other than a simple answer.